Hey y'all, I am about to review Spiritual Self-Care for Black Women, a powerful holistic workbook to radically love yourself and heal yourself, mind, body, and soul. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, what's going on? So listen, if you've been following me for these last couple of weeks, I have been talking about relaxing and restoration, right? Wellness, self-care, in the mind and your body and your spirit and your soul, how it has just become very important to me. I mean, it's been important to me, but not that important to where I'm like really, taking it serious as I should have. But you know what you know when you know it. And so now I know, and now it's important for me to put myself first and take care of my body, mind, spirit, and soul. So as you can see, I was saying that I'm going to be doing a book review on this book by Layla Moon. It's called Spiritual Self-Care for Black Women, a powerful holistic workbook to radically love yourself and heal yourself, mind, body, and soul. And see, that is what I have been needing. I have been wanting to do. So I went on Amazon and I looked up wellness books, and her book was one of the books that came up. So her introduction was like fire. It was on. It was like, yes, she gets me. She understands me. This is what I have been dealing with, So I'm going to read a little bit from the introduction, right? So she says, as a Black woman, we are subject to so many stereotypes and expectations. And despite the changes happening in a well-fought civil rights movement, it doesn't make the experience any less stressful or traumatic. We're expected to excel in academics and our jobs, stay fit and healthy, please our partner sexually, be agreeable, a good friend, a good daughter, mother, sister, aunt, etc. And not just good, we're expected to be the best at all of these things. Now, I agree with her. I totally agree with her. I think that is a high level of expectation for women, and particularly Black women, to be all those things that she has said. And she continues on to say, as if that isn't enough, we're expected to suck up our troubles, right? Suck up our troubles and internalize all negative things that happen to us. When we're feeling anxious, sad, or angry, we're taught to push it all down, to force ourselves out of those negative headspaces and wear a happy face. We're supposed to put our problems and feelings aside for the sake of those around us. Now, this is the part and point of the book where I just wanted to throw the book, because I'm like, sis, yes. Yes, 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 yes. You are saying it. So yeah, I mean, I really agree with Layla Moon that she's saying that in her introduction about, again, not just women, but in particular Black women. We are expected to be these magical beings, right? You hold it down for the family and the kids and everybody else, but it's like she's talking about self-care, self-love, nurturing our bodies, mind, and soul. Hello. We missing out on ourselves, right? And so that was her introduction. So, and I'm gonna say apart from chapter 1 that really intrigued me, it's called, the chapter 1 is called Black Women and Self-Care. And she says here in this part, she's referring to Dr. Inger Burnett Ziegler. So she says Dr. Ziegler is one of her favorite writers. And she says that one of Dr. Ziegler's books is called Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen, The Emotional Lives of Black Women, right? And she says that Dr. Ziegler says, she talks about how an estimated 8 out of 10 Black women have experienced some degree of trauma in their lives. But because being a strong Black, I kind of got caught. Hey, everything ain't perfect, right? That's the cover, right? y'all. I know y'all saw it in the beginning, but here's the cover right here. I'm showing it again. But she says, but because being a strong Black woman has become so much of a cultural icon we all strive for, we push our traumas down and hardly address them. Pushing it down and striving to fit the iconic mold is literally killing us. Medically, Dr. Ziegler writes, this repression is leading to a record number of cases of anxiety, depression, diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and so much more. Holding on to these traumatic experiences causes this. I have to agree. I have to say that she is spot on, and this is something that really needs to be addressed. It needs to continuously be addressed. I do recommend this book for Black women if you can relate to some of the things that are being said in this book. I do really recommend it. The chapters are great. Like chapter 8 talks about yoga and spiritual self-care. I heard of yoga, but it wasn't never brought to the forefront to me to experience yoga or do yoga. And now that I have experienced it, I'm like, this is cool. This is great. I've always been taught to just work out, right? I didn't know there were different forms of workouts that you can do other than cardio. I just thought that was it. So this yoga and spiritual self-care, that is a good chapter. Gratitude, mindfulness, meditation, saying your affirmations, and she's saying creating your own affirmations, and she does give a way to create them to where they are in positive form. They're not too long, they're like, I think like 3-worded, they're 3-worded affirmations. I like chapter 4, forgiveness and letting go. That was something that I have been working on for the past couple of years. I'm starting to really let things go and move about my way. This was a really good book. So I know I posted it on Facebook before, and then some reels on Facebook, and I believe Instagram. So if you haven't gotten it, go ahead and get it. And I'm just going to read the back of it to give you a little bit more deeper synopsis of what the book is actually about. So she's saying here, everyone to learn how to love yourself and connect with yourself like never before, then this is the book for you. Who are you? What are your values? How do you even begin to connect with yourself, your true universal self? These are questions so many women are struggling with all over the world. And despite so much talk about finding out who we are, it feels as though the answers are still far beyond our reach. With endless social pressures, cultural norms, and the ever-shifting tide of this hyper-connected world, Black women are continuously challenged in new and frankly exhausting ways. I felt that. So many women are sick and tired of it and are starting to be more proactive by taking their healing and self-love into their own hands. Now, that's what I've been doing, right? I've been showing y'all been seeing that, and I hope it is an inspiration for others to do the same, right? This book presents one way to walk this path. It shows a way forward that you can make your own. Take a moment to think about the number of times you tried to connect with yourself and change your life, but seem to always end back up where you started. That's me, right? I've always tried to do that, which is a great thing, right? I'm not knocking the things that I've done previously. It was just a thing of sticking to it. So me taking the time, the 30 days that I took to, stick with it and stick with this plan has really helped me fill my cup up and really helped me continue to keep it filled, because it's been filled and then it drains back down. Then I got a problem getting it back up. But for me being serious and intentional about the things that I wanted to do in my life moving forward, it's really helped me keep my cup filled. It ain't on overflow yet, right? I'm filling it up. So she's saying, take this as your sign to put a stop to the cycle and to actually start moving forward. Layla is here to show you how, with her step-by-step guide, easy explanations, and examples of how to take control of your life, insights into her own personal journey, and everything else you need to find you. The world is changing in unprecedented ways, and it's time for you to discover the change within yourself. Awesome, awesome, Layla Moon. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome book. I do recommend it for women, Black women in particular, who are really going through some things and maybe struggling through some things, especially healing, right? Love yourself and heal yourself, mind, body, and soul, right? Who taught us that? No one has taught us that. Maybe for some people, but for the most part, a lot of people have not been taught that. So I do recommend this book. And that is my book review for this week, for this Tuesday. Next week, I am going to come back with a review of this book. It's a thick book, but you know, I've been reading on it, and it's really good. It really helped me to discover some of the things that I had thought to be true. And it's a heavy book, y'all. I know it's backwards, but I'll put the forward picture on it at the end of this video. But it's called The Cellular Wellness Solution. Tap into your full health potential with science-backed power of herbs, right? We know this, right? We know some plants and, you know, things are really helpful in healing a lot of illnesses and diseases and things. So I'm going to come back with a review of this book, not the whole book, right? I haven't read the whole book, but just a few. I've gotten not even halfway through it, but just based on a couple of chapters that I've already read, I'm going to come back and I'm going to give it to you next week. Stay tuned, y'all.